Okay, we're going to check in with a friend of mine. He is in Ackworth, Georgia. I have known this fella for 30 years. We're kind of a lot alike. We find the same kind of things funny, and he has also ministry of humor, and he sings. We're a lot alike, except he's a younger version, not by much. But I'm gonna Skype and see if he's there. Hold on, let me get Skype up. And he should be, because he told me he would be. Here we go. We're gonna Skype in old Scott Davis. Here he comes.
Hey,
Hey, Scott. Hello, hello,
what's going
hello.
on?
How are you?
My goodness, my umbrella. I'm sitting out on the back porch and I felt like I was Mary Poppins. My umbrella took off.
It did?
It broke. It flew across the yard. Ah.
It just did right now?
Yeah, I'm sitting here hanging on to it like,
Well, now you're in Ackworth, Georgia, which is a suburb or below, south of Atlanta, right?
Stockbridge. You were in Akron.
Oh, I was at Ackworth. This Stockbridge. I've lost my mind. Stockbridge, Georgia, of course. And you're in the same house you've lived in ever since I've known you.
Same house. I'm 57 and I grew up in this house. I only spent, let's see, a couple of years in an apartment and 8 years at Liberty, and that's the rest of it here. So.
And your mama. I loved your mama. I used to drive through there when I'd be traveling. I always stayed with y'all.
Yeah.
Always stayed in that back bedroom.
Yeah.
And your mama, what a fun lady she was. She was just.
She was. And after she passed away, you never came around. And I said, why don't you come visit? And she goes, your mama ain't there.
Your mama died.
That's right.
Hey, after your mama died, how long did you use that excuse? You know, when people say, hey, you want to go do that? Oh, I can't. Mama died.
Yeah,
I used it for like 3 or 4 years. And then finally they catch on.
Yes. I don't know how many people watch this because the local, my dog's running off. My local tax, property tax people.
Yeah.
Because she was old, my mama. And so the taxes were like $300 a year. And I paid it for her every year. And I would always take the check into the tax place and say, here, I'm paying for Mrs. Davis.
Right.
And even after she died, I just kept taking it in there. This is for Mrs. Davis. It's like $1,500.
Uh-oh.
And so I kept taking it in there and kept taking it in there. And then one day she said, well, where's Mrs. Davis? And I said, well, because I'm a Christian and I didn't want to lie.
Well, you'd been lying the whole time.
I said, she don't get out much anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And then finally they said, wait a minute, she's passed away, right? And I said, well, yeah.
You got busted.
But they said, we won't go back 10 years and charge you for it all. So they did like 3 years and caught me up. And,
you ignorant.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Does that show on, is it Learning Channel, that 600-pound, My 600-Pound Life or whatever it's called? Do they contact you or do I have to put in my application?
You have to put in your application.
This quarantine.
Are you is your wife, who's cooking over there?
My wife.
Really?
Donna. Yes.
Is she a good cook?
She is, actually. Yeah, she's a very good cook.
Man, I got good cooks around here.
You get that thing, you just got to get it out of the box right. Put it in the...
Well, we have 1,800 people watching this right now.
I would see what kind of hairdo I'd have every morning. I don't even take a shower anymore.
You need to. I even took a shower.
People pay big money to have bed hair,
Oh, yeah, they do. Those young people do.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, tell everybody, I know about your ministry, but are you still doing those comedy dessert things?
I try to. Anything that food's related, I would like to do. But yeah, the Sweet Life Dessert Comedy Theater. And, way back when, and people ask me, how do you got started in comedy? And I said, well, I started as a singer at Liberty, singing with the missions team there, Smite,
Right.
Later Light. And I don't even remember how you and I met, but every once in a while we'd go to Shoney's after church, after Thomas Road, and I remember sitting there one day at Shoney's talking to you, and I told some story about growing up here in Georgia on the farm and my pet pig or whatever. And you said you laughed. You said, you need to put that in your show. And I said,
Yeah.
nobody cares about my pet pig. I said, oh, yeah, they'll laugh. They'll laugh. So I started adding that in, adding that in. And so I tell people now, I say, I started as a singer, but then I started talking more, and people said, ooh, talk more. so that's really, you encouraged me for that. And so I started doing the comedy. And you know what it does? It gets a lot of folks. I promote it in such a way because you know me. I like telling people about Jesus,
Well, of course.
salvation, and I'm really kind of an evangelist at heart, but I don't want to call myself an evangelist. So we use comedy, as our friends Rick and Mick used to say, you can get people to laugh, you can get them to listen.
Right.
And so there's a lot of churches where people won't come to a church to hear a preacher, but they'll come out for comedy and
And
dessert.
desserts, yeah.
Get those two together, get chocolate and comedy and coffee, you got that triple combo there. And people come out. And of course, at the end of the night, I always share about salvation and push the local church and try to get people to come out.
And they can find more about it at scottdavis.com, right?
ScottDavis.com. There's a
Yeah.
whole, it says a little tab that says what Scott does.
Yeah.
I want to keep it real simple.
But you can't have him for a while till this corona thing lifts.
Right. As a matter of fact, I had a 2-week, 14-day, that's 2 weeks, right? Yeah, I'm a Liberty grad. Anyway, 14-day tour of in Washington State, Oregon, all in April, and California. And boy, that was the first one that said we can't do it. And so we moved it to July, I think. So hopefully, if this is still going in July, we're all in a world of hurt. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to hang out. I don't even remember how we met at Liberty, but
Well, you would come over to eat at Mama's house.
I know I'd come over and eat, and whenever I'd go, even after I left Lynchburg, I'd stay with your mama and daddy down in the basement apartment. I still tell that story. That was when I was a lot bigger, and I tell folks I stayed in Mrs. Lowry's, basement guest apartment that had the king size bed and king size bathroom with a king size shower and a king size sink and a king size toilet with a king size oak wooden toilet seat.
I remember this.
I tell folks, but to my defense, it was already cracked a little bit.
You broke it.
But I sat on that thing and it snapped in half. I'm telling you what. And
That's embarrassing when you break the
toilet seat. I walked upstairs with half of a toilet seat. Excuse me, Mr. Lowry. And he just looked at me and shaking his head. Oh my God.
And then tell him about the time you took me to the airport.
Oh yeah. Your Honda, remember this? Your white Honda Accord.
Yes.
And you lived in Ackworth, but we were in Lynchburg. I think it was Christmas time. So we were there visiting with your mom and daddy and Mike and everybody. And you were on the Young Messiah tour, I think it was,
right,
with Santa Patty and all those people. And then you said, well, you take me to the airport. And it wasn't that far, Lynchburg Airport. But I wrecked on the way to the airport.
You rear into somebody
from behind. And you said, I gotta go. We just take me to the airport.
So we did a hit and run.
Huh?
We did a hit and run.
Yeah, a hit and run. You said, here's my driver's license. Just take this in case somebody. And so I told the lady, I said, excuse me, I'll be right back. And so we left, and I took you to the airport and dropped you off. I came back. The police were there. The lady was there, and she was telling them he left the scene of the crime. She go, oh, my neck, oh, my neck, oh, my neck. And I was like, oh, my, this is a lawsuit, And the policeman said, did you leave the scene of the crime? And I said, well, I left. I had to take my friend to the airport, and here's his driver's license. And they looked at it and said, Mark Lowry, we got this. That's what they said.
Well, they do you. That was nice, but I don't really remember that part. But I do remember that I was you weren't the only one rear-ending people. I was rear-ending there was a time in my life of several months, it seems like, where I was rear-ending people like at least twice. I remember.
Well,
and the
umbrella again.
And I went and got it fixed. And then about a week later, I rear-ended somebody else. And so,
well, that was this one. This one, we got it fixed, and we took it to you took it to Ackworth and got it all fixed up. And it wasn't 2 weeks later, and we were back in Atlanta, and you wrecked it again.
Yeah,
same exact spot.
And I went back to the same guy, and I said, I told him,
yeah, tell him what you said.
He had just fixed it like a week
Right.
before. So I take it into him and I say, hey, that paint job you did last week is buckling. And he went, no, it's not. And he ran outside and he fell down on the ground laughing when he saw it because it was the same kind of wreck. It wasn't a
Same
buckle.
wreck.
It was a complete wreck.
Yeah. And it was the same spot. But nothing ever happened from that. Of course, the lady did try to sue, I think. But your dad being a lawyer, he just wrote a little letter and on his letterhead and
Well, you
never heard
probably should have
anything
been
anymore.
sued. You
So,
rear-ended her.
I know, rear-ended her. But she did it didn't have hardly any damage to her car at
Yeah.
all. I mean, but people look for an opportunity to sue. There's sewers for a living. What do you do for a living? I'm a sewer.
Yeah. Well,
But
what are you doing for
anyway,
Good Friday?
I
Hey,
don't have anything
Randy
planned.
Parker. Hey, someone here just said they enjoyed Scott at our church, Sweet Life Comedy Night. Randy Parker. Wonder what church that was, Randy.
I don't know.
Tell
Yeah,
us
tell us
what
what
church that was.
that was fun.
You
The
enjoy
last one I
those, don't
did.
you?
What's that?
You enjoy those.
Oh, I do. I like it, and the last one I just did was February 14th. There goes my light. I got a light here too, so I look better.
The
February
light
14th.
won't help.
It is windy. Well, thank you. I need a lot of surgery to get this looking better.
Oh, Lord.
But February 14th, I was in Wisconsin at a really great church up there, and it was packed out. It was fun. But yeah, I enjoy doing those things. They're fun. And we do Hope Through Hilarity is another one that we call. Oh, I was down in South Georgia and walked in, and I was kind of in the back, and this old man came in and he said, I almost didn't come tonight. I said, why? He said, I thought it said Hope Through Hillary.
Oh, gosh.
I said, no, this is not a political thing. It's about Jesus.
Oh,
Because I
my.
don't get political in my, I have my own beliefs, but I don't share those with people. So I just kind of do my thing.
Well,
It's all about Jesus'
Scott,
opinion.
I've loved you for a long time. Loved your mama. Loved your wife. In fact, I even
Yeah.
tried to get out of your wedding. I'll never forget. I hate weddings. I personally hate weddings. I don't mind funerals so much, but weddings are just. Oh, I will never really cared for them.
And you told me, you said, let me get that out of the sun. You said, everyone I've been in, the people got divorced.
I know. It's like the same thing when I pray for people. They die.
Oh my God.
That's the reason I tell them in my concert, anybody want to go home tonight, get in line. I'll pray for you. You'll be
Yeah.
home before morning. But
Well,
no,
still
but
married. Don and I, going on 22 years, so we're
and
still
and you're
plugging along.
and you're
She's
and you
got
and
she's
she
been
had
taking this
children, so you're a grandfather.
4 grandkids. I got a 17-year-old.
That's amazing.
Let's see, 11, 10, and 8. I don't know. She's popping them out like a Pez dispenser. I don't know, uh, but yeah, Donna. We got one daughter and then the 4 grandkids. Yeah, but it's fun. Grandkids are fun because you can get them all sugared up and send them
And
home.
send them home. That's right. Well, have a
Yeah.
good day, buddy. I'm glad you helped us make this Friday
Oh,
a
this was
little
fun.
more interesting.
And if anybody wants to, I'm trying. Not near as good as you, obviously, but I'm learning. But
Yeah, tell them.
YouTube, I'm pushing it mainly on YouTube. YouTube.com/Scott Davis TV, not tuberculosis, like television. All right,
TV.
Scott Davis. YouTube.com/Scott Davis TV. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna go on about noon and do just a little bit, and I try to put funny pictures, whatever. It's not near as good as yours, but
Oh,
I'm
it is.
trying.
It's you know what though, you're learning fast, and so is Wes Hampton.
Oh, I love his cooking stuff. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I love it that
Matter of
all
fact,
y'all are getting
I did
into
a
it.
little video yesterday. You tried my egg idea. I did a little thing for breakfast. If that's
And it
on,
worked.
and I did one yesterday on making a strawberry smoothie. It turned out to be a milkshake. I had stuff everywhere, but anyway, I'm uploading that today, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I enjoy it. It's fun. You learn new skills this way. That's for sure.
Well, y'all, I think it's great. I'm kind of reading these comments. The devil's work to make Christians. Oh my, y'all! I don't know what y'all are talking about on the comments, but I'm gonna have to get over there and read them later. Well, listen,
All right.
Scott, you have
All
a
right,
good
love
one.
you. Take care.
All
See
right,
ya.
my friend. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye bye. All right. That was my friend Scott Davis. Well, y'all, I will see you tomorrow. I know this might be a little short one, but you like that? That was funny, wasn't it? Like I heard it too, but I was too busy working over here. Says she's shooting out babies like a Pez dispenser. He's funny, that Scott Davis. He is funny. And I love his stories of just, he tells life stories, which is my favorite kind.